to the new thing isn't global warming or isn't Ukraine or isn't COVID. Now it's the Muslims. And I don't like a lot of the stuff Israel's doing. I think they stood down. I think it was a false flag. I mean, I think real Islamicist attack, but it was clearly money Biden sent. But what's the larger picture here with Harvard and the big universities endorsing this? We got a lot to talk about in the 45 minutes or so we've got him, and I'm going to cover some more news after he leaves us in this hour before the next guest joins us. But clearly we said another big war is coming. That's going to be the distraction from the COVID deaths, all the rest of it. And now they're trying to trigger a holy war. Obviously, you get boosted big on Twitter and everywhere else, Hotep, where you're already reaching millions a day if you got on the bandwagon. But clearly the establishment is trying to create some type of clash of civilizations here. Hotep Jesus, thank you for joining us, hotepjesus.com. And people can also find you at Hotep Jesus on Twitter and menofhonor.com. So, Hotep, thank you so much for coming on with us.
Oh, absolute pleasure, Alex. So, yeah, so your take on Israel's pretty much similar to my take. Obviously, the timing is convenient. We have election season now here, a.k.a. grifting season. Nikki Haley has proven to be a supreme grifter herself after her comments on Fox last night. But what's the bigger story here? Well, first of all, the next distraction is to create something domestically, right? Create some sort of event domestically. Now, it's been happening in spurts here and there. You have protesters clashing. You have Grand Central Station being attacked by pro-Palestine protesters. You have Jewish people being attacked. A lot of different skirmishes have taken place on domestic soil. Much of this planned, much of this known by the elite rulers. And that was one of my fears early on, where there's conflict in the Middle East, and because of all the vitriol on social media spilled into our streets. Now, much of this stuff, as we know, Hamas in Palestine has been supported by George Soros. Black Lives Matter supported by George Soros. We've tracked down some of these protests between the pro-Palestine socialists, but I think Stop the War Coalition is one of them. And Jeremy Corbyn is partly behind some of these protests. So what we have is a communist socialist takeover of another people's struggle. But what's the bigger story that's happening here? Well, while everybody's distracted by the Middle East, what we are experiencing is a complete and total financial transformation where money is going to change how it operates, both at a wholesale level and a retail level. Right now, the House Financial Services Committee is discussing Basel III Endgame. And basically what they're talking about now is, what are the capital requirements for a banking institution? Now, we know what the capital requirements have been since COVID. They said that they are basically zero. You need zero reserves. But now Basel III is challenging some of that and saying that banks need to hold more money, more cash, more capital, which is going to hurt, obviously, the small guys. So what we're looking at right now is actually a huge transformation of the banking industry. If you look, you'll see many banks right now shutting down. You have Wells Fargo.
By the way, let me just interrupt you and say bingo, 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 ding, 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 ding. We're coming to the end of the big bubble, the new rollout of the central bank currencies. They admit it, and they need crises as the diversion to bring this in.
That's correct. And not only so the crises is going to be the diversion so they don't see all the laws being passed. But then later on, the crisis is going to be the reason why we need the new banking transformation, right? So we have Basel III. Let's put that aside for a second. They're meeting about that today. FCC is meeting about total control of the internet. That's happening today. Now, let's focus on the banks really fast. So we have Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase. All of these places are shutting down your local branch banking institution, right? And they're saying it's because everybody's moving online. So payments are moving digital. You were talking about before the break how we have POS happening now without a human being. I was thinking this morning that we might start to have transactions happening without even your card. So the way the CBDC system is working, central bank digital currency is working, is through QR codes, and the offline payments are actually going to operate through your cell phone. So I'm guessing within the next 5 years, not only cash is going to start to dwindle, but credit cards potentially start to dwindle, which brings us into the key component of all of this, which is the digital ID system. The European Union, you can have you guys look this up, European Union have decided to go ahead, despite privacy concerns.
That's right. They passed it last Friday.
Correct. Decided to go ahead with their digital ID system. And they're...
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there, you understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
The views expressed by guests are their own, and their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. Views and opinions expressed by Hotep Jesus are those of Hotep Jesus and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Hotep Nation or any of its officials. If you have any questions about this disclaimer, please contact our Office of General Counsel via the sheet of account. And Hotep and them.
2, 1, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Today is one of those days where I definitely should not take phone calls. But I am. The Grift Report starts right now.
2, 1, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus?
Ooh,
and
that's
I was
good.
Just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
Goldstein said I started off the day with the disclaimer. What's up, Hotep? Salutations and greetings. Welcome to the Grift Report, live Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. I'm your host, the Grift God.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Hotep to the chat. Hotep to the Hotepistanis. Hotep to my Hoteps.
Hotep.
Oh, 2024. 2024. Oh my God. Shout out to Kay. Much love to Kay. Heal up, rest up well. Can't wait to see you. Before we get into today's topic, we got to make sure everybody knows about the greatest award show on the planet. Grifty tickets. Wait, what the? Okay, here we go. Grifty's tickets on sale now. Who's up here? Joel Austin? Damn, they got his ass. Oh, damn. Hotep Jesus in 4th place for Grift of the Year. Bryson Gray's up here. Retro Neon's up here. Shout out to everybody who got nominated. Everybody who voted. Everybody who did a nomination. Make sure you get your tickets. Make sure you get the tickets. VIP sold out. As of yesterday, half of general admission is sold out. Make sure you get your tickets. Hurry up and get your tickets. Who's confirmed again? Listen, we got Primetime 99, Alex Stein, Chrissy Mayer, Shane Cashman, Phil That Remains. So we got like a quarter of the Tim cast team over here join us for the Grifties. We got Anomaly coming out, waiting to confirm Bryson Gray. And many, many more getting confirmed. Sonny Johnson confirmed. We're going to put a lot of people in the building. A lot of great minds and voices. This is going to be an amazing, amazing event. I can't wait to see you all there. We're working on post and pre-events, so there will be an after party or a pre-party or 2 pre-parties. I don't know how this thing is going down, but we're going to get lit. We're going to have fun. Yeah, we taking live calls today. Without further ado, new Men of Order products coming soon as well, by the way. But let's go to the tape. Let's go to the tape. If you aren't aware, we covered this last night. Am I gonna do my side quest at the Grifties? Hold on, let me get the link up here. Grifties tickets. Let's get the link up there. Let's handle business. And then yeah, we're gonna get right into what needs to get into. We getting into something, but it ain't a tunnel. Let me open up my tabs, yo. Y'all are wild. You guys are absolutely out of pocket. Woo! 2024. We got a couple of things to play. I'm on my 3rd tab, 4th tab. What is this? Oh, we're going to get to that later. 5th tab, 6th tab, 7th tab. We got a lot of tabs open. 8th tab. I don't know if this is the same video, but we're going to open that. We got this one. It's the main one. And yeah, this is absolutely insane. And then we got to do a Google search. We have to do a Google search after we do all this to get to the bottom of this. Let's get to the bottom of it. Here we have a developing story as of last night. What's the caption here? Chaos at 770. A chaotic scene at the Chabad, I think is how you pronounce that. Chabad headquarters in Crown Heights after Bochirim ripped wooden panels to prevent a cement truck from sailing off recently discovered tunnels. The NYPD on the scene, and 770 will be closed shortly to regain control. Now, before we get into anything, I'd just like to say, very few people are reporting on this. Very few people are reporting on this. Why nobody talking about this? All your breaking news, just in X accounts, ghost on this story. Not a peep. I saw one influencer say this story wasn't interesting. I don't know about you, but this shit is fucking interesting. I want to know what the hell happened, okay? I need to know. And we're going to dive into some of the particulars. Let's go to the next clip. Hold on. I want to push the memes because we got memes in here. Look at this shit. This dude is crawling out of the sewer. Out of the sewer grate or some shit. And I guess this is him trying to escape the police siege. What do you call it when the police run down on you? Looks like that's what he was trying to do. I don't know. It could be something different. Okay, this is a meme. Let's move that here. Let's close this. We don't need this anymore. We don't need that anymore. It's another meme. Another meme. Okay, let's play this clip. I haven't watched this one yet. This is from Partisan Girl. I knew she couldn't wait to hop all over this story. I expected her to be all over this. Let's take a look. I gotta say, like, if you're gonna have a tunnel, don't you want to keep it clean? Wouldn't that be like a priority? If I had a tunnel, the tunnels in Hotepistan will not look like this. Let's be clear. We will have tunnels in Hotepistan leading to our doomsday bunker, and it won't look like this. Well, I guess they were still in the middle of construction, so that's why it looks like this. Well, let's give them some bail. They were in the middle of construction. And, they was knocking over walls. They were doing a little bit of underground remodeling. What is that? Is that like a sewer? It looks like a sewer passageway that they were using. There's a little bit of underground remodeling, nothing to be alarmed about. Hold on, this is a meme. Hold on, let's go. All right, let's finish the memes, then we'll go into the details. Let's do it like that, because I'm seeing a lot of reports here, and frankly, I don't want to believe them. Here's where they uncovered some of the assailants climbing out of the wall here. I'm so confused. Is it intertribal beef? I don't know what's going on. All right, let's go to the memes. First meme of the day. Here we go. Super Mario Brothers. Here I go. Lord have mercy. Internet is undefeated. They even got the shit stain on the mattress. I guess I'll pull that up in a second here. Now, people are saying that Cartman was right about the tunnels. Let's play the clip. I haven't seen this yet.
The answer is obvious, my friends. It is the Jews. Covetous Jews who have taken all our money and hoarded it for themselves. Hidden all the cash in some secret Jew cave that they built, probably back in the early 60s. The answer...
What? Now this one is hilarious. From Staten Island to the sea, the sewers will be free. Come on, man. Oh, this one is good. This one is good. Shout out to Goldstein for sending me that picture for the thumbnail. Still the Super Mario Grift paying dividends. Let's take a look at it. Hey, yo. Yo, 2024 just kicked off. Hold on, I gotta play it again, yo. I'm sorry. Y'all ain't right. All of y'all going to hell. All of y'all going to hell. All of you anti-Semites are going to hell. How dare you? How dare you do this? Put some respect on their name. What's the next one? Okay, so here's some details. I don't know how true this shit is. I'm just telling you what the internet is saying. Here's the shit stain on the mattress. I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's blood. Maybe it's shit. We don't know. Sovereign Bruh. I don't know how reputable he is, so take this with a grain of salt. Says Brooklyn Orthodox Jewish community apparently has a huge child rape problem. Rabbi Nuchem Rosenberg blew the whistle on it a decade ago. He said pedophilia is rampant in this Jewish community. This is a Vice article on it. Be advised, it is extremely graphic. Well, thank you for the heads up. I'm not going to read it because I just don't want to deal with graphic content. But this is another case of where you can't throw all Jews into the same bucket because some of the greatest whistleblowers of corruption have been Jews. You know? So, can't throw them all away. You know what I'm saying? It says here, the Talmud does discuss secret tunnels. One is so secret where murder occurs. Passage and the stained mattress from the recently revealed secret Shabbat. So let's go to this link here, safaria.org, and it looks to be some sort of translation of the Talmud. And let's see what it says here about tunnel. Okay, it says the Gemara. Can you guys see this? Let me fix this on your screen so you guys can get a bit of the visual aid happening here. Oh, whoops, sorry. Whoops. How do I close that? I didn't mean to do that. All right, here we go. The Gemara relates another anecdote involving Antonius. Antonius had a certain underground cave from which there was a tunnel that went from his house to the house of Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi. Every day he would bring two servants to serve him. Okay, he would kill one at the entrance of the house of Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi, and would kill the other one at the entrance of his house, so that no living person would know that he had visited the rabbi. He said to Rabbi Yehuda, "When I come to visit, let no man be found before you." I don't get this. I don't get that. Like, why don't you just go by yourself? You know, you had to bring two people with you just to sacrifice them to make a point. That's kind of weird. The William Davidson Talmud, Avodah Zarah. So I don't know. Just sharing shit I seen on the internet. What's this one? Okay, that was another clip of that. So now let's go to the Googles. We're gonna type in Jewish tunnels and see what pops up. All right. So here we have Times of Israel, and let's see what Times of Israel had to say about the Chabad. Let's fix this on your screen. So it says here, chaos ensues as NYPD tries to fill in secret tunnel in Chabad HQ synagogue. Jabari, am I saying this right? Where's Jabari at? Lauren, what up? We all about to get canceled. Let me get the fuck out of here before them boys can get me too. Listen, it is not safe today. It is not safe today. Hey, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Got a spicy stream for y'all today. Make sure you hit the like button. Is Rumble working? Is Rumble working? I don't. Okay, yeah, Rumble's working. All right, cool. Rumble, hit the like button too. All right, let's go back. So what does the Times of Israel say here? Chaotic scenes broke out. Reveals secret tunnel. Found in the prayer hall. Unclear why the tunnel had been dug. This is why I don't understand. You know, why is everybody unclear? I need some clarity. We're going to go to more sources because I need some clarity. But according to reports, the work was done in the last couple of years. So the first report in this said was these tunnels were to avoid COVID-19 restrictions. But, you know, from my own recollection, Jews carried on as usual in New York. People were complaining about it. They said they were gathering, blah, 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 blah. And I remember the police had to go out and stop that. So I couldn't imagine them digging tunnels just to, you know, avoid COVID-19 restrictions. I couldn't imagine that. But being that the tunnels are just a few months old, it can't be because of that. It says the tunnel was also shown to be full of garbage as well as household objects like a mattress and a child's high chair. Now, people are highlighting the child's high chair. Like, why would that be there? And people are speculating there's some sort of child sacrifice or trafficking going on. I don't know. Anyway, videos from this scene showed ultra-Orthodox men rioting and damaging the synagogue, pulling down the wood paneling and throwing prayer benches at police officers. More men were pulled out of the tunnel. The incident concluded with several arrests. The Chabad-Lubavitch chairman, Rabbi Yehuda Krinsky, released a statement on Tuesday saying that the movement was pained by the vandalism that occurred on Monday. Okay. These odious actions will be investigated and the sanctity of the synagogue will be restored, he wrote. Our thanks to NYPD for their professionalism and sensitivity. So it seems to be some intertribal beef here. And phone callers, you know, get your best conspiracy theory ready for this. I want to hear it all. Shut up, Robert. It's not safe anywhere for a Hotep. Oh, man, here we go. Shabbat's director of media, Madi Seligson, said on Tuesday that the rioters were a group of extremist students who broke through a few walls in adjacent properties to provide them unauthorized access. See, the more details I get, the more this story doesn't make sense. Somebody built a tunnel. You're in the motherfucking synagogue. You don't hear people digging tunnels around you? And then people are breaking through walls. Like, before they broke through the wall, you didn't, like, hear them on the other side of the wall? And why did they decide to break the walls? I am confusion. The building at 770 Eastern Parkway in Brooklyn was the home of Lubavitcher, Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak Schneerson in the 1940s has been the Chabad-Lubavitch headquarters ever since. Over the years, extensions were built in order to make the space for the growing movement. Today, the building includes the Bais Chaim synagogue, a study hall, and an assembly hall for Chabad gatherings. In recent years, Chabad-Lubavitch and the Bais Chaim group have been locked in legislation over control of the synagogue. Okay, so there's a bit of intertribal beef here. That's you know, this is Jew on Jew crime, is what I'm understanding here. While the Chabad-Lubavitch movement, actually I missed that one, the Chabad-Lubavitch movement holds the deed to the building. It does not control the synagogue section. What? If you have the deed to the building, but you don't control, all right, whatever. Lubavitch officials have attempted to gain proper control of the premises through the New York state court system. Unfortunately, despite consistently prevailing in court, the process has dragged on for years. All right, so no answers. Let's go to another source. Let's go to J-Post, Jerusalem Post. They should have something, right? Let's see what Jerusalem Post says, right? And I'm using all their sources because who would know better than, you know, the Jewish media? Taken into custody, extremist students. So they got extremist students? Interesting. Earlier today, a cement truck was brought in to repair the walls, disrupted by extremists. You know what my mind is telling me? Two things. The first one is either they snitching and saying, look, it was them, or they're pretending like it was them so that not everybody is found guilty. Like, look, if we get caught building this tunnel, I need all of y'all, all the youth, right? Because they say they're young. Hey, if you're under the age of, 25, you got to take one for the team, right? And we're not going to, we might bail you out or something like that, or get one of our attorneys.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Come on, yo. Oh, it's too many jokes in here. I gotta stop it. So yeah, either they snitching or the young group of extremists, so-called extremists, had to take the L. So not everybody went down. Earlier today, a cement truck was brought in to repair the walls. Extremists broke through the wall. No injuries. Tried to gain control. All right. So the same information. It's like everybody's spitting out the same exact information. All right. What does Associated Press say? Let's see what Associated Press says. Associated Press got to have some additional details, right? Extremist students. Underground passage. What are the tunnels for? I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. I can't do this anymore. ChatGPT. Let's see what the ChatGPT answer is. Why were Jews building tunnels in New York? Let's see. We're gonna let that cook and then come back to it. It's probably gonna tell me, hey, stop being anti-Semitic. Okay, here we go. ChatGPT says Jewish immigrants building tunnels in New York is not a widely known historical event, so the specifics of your question might be based on specific context. However, in a general sense, the building of tunnels in New York has a rich history, often tied to various immigrant groups, including Jewish immigrants. During the late 19th and early 20th centuries, many immigrants, including those of Jewish communities, were involved in various construction projects in New York City. This included the building of subway tunnels, sewer systems, and other infrastructure projects. Blah, blah, blah. The work on these projects was arduous. Da, 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 da. All right, so no help. Let's try a different. Why were Jews building tunnels in New York? Let's see what Google says. Fix this on your screen. Video shot by witnesses showed police confronting young men. Excuse me. 10 people were arrested for criminal mischief. As inspectors with the city's building safety agency assessed the damage Tuesday, a group of police officers stood behind barricades. Yo, you cannot build a tunnel. Like, if somebody was building a tunnel next to my house, I would know about it. There's something strange going on here. We're not getting all the details. So AP has nothing to contribute. What does Google have to contribute? The statement that Jews were building tunnels in New York is a harmful stereotype and conspiracy theory that has no basis in reality, says Google Bard. No basis in reality, huh? Okay. If you say so. It is important to remember that not all members of any group are the same, and to avoid making any generalizations about entire groups of people. Instead of focusing on harmful stereotypes, it's important to be respectful of all individuals and groups. All right, let's try being more specific, because I always talk about that. Like, let's not be generalists right here, right? Why were there tunnels built at a synagogue? Let's see. I'm going to look for another source while that's cooking. All right, the Jewish Chronicle. All right, Jewish Chronicle, what do they have for us? Why were Jews building tunnels? Young agitators digging tunnels. And they did say the tunnels were disrupting the infrastructure of the building, the structural integrity. It's quite dangerous. Being torn apart. Hasidic man clambered out. All right, let's see what it says here. December 2023. So they're saying this happened in December 2023. That's what Bard is saying. Google Bard is saying this happens December 2023. So take that with a grain of salt because AI is not always accurate. The tunnel's purpose is unclear. Some speculate they were built to connect the synagogue to a nearby ritual bathhouse, while others believe they were intended to expand the synagogue's space or create a hidden retreat. A hidden retreat sounds more plausible because this is not an expansion of space, right? That's not what that was. And there was an abandoned female ritual bathhouse that this was connected to. This is true. The tunnels were not built with the proper permits or safety measures. This raised concerns. The discovery of the tunnels led to a confrontation between synagogue members and NYPD. Some members attempted to block the tunnels. The incident is still under investigation, and full details surrounding the tunnel's construction and purpose remain unknown. However, it has highlighted the complex relationship between religious communities and historical landmarks and urban development in New York City. It is important to note that the actions of a few individuals should not be used to generalize about an entire religious community. The vast majority of Jews have nothing to do with the construction of these tunnels, and judging an entire group based on the actions of a few is harmful and inaccurate. Oh, thank you. Thank you for reminding us, Google. Google the woke bot, making sure that we are not doing anything malicious and tarnishing the Jewish reputation. Let's go back. Okay, tunnels began. Iconic site. What's this?
They know. They know. Because there was a guy wanting to go out. They know. There was a guy wanting to go out. It says no already. I want to clear the whole shoe line.
Wait, what do you say?
They know. They know. Because there was a guy wanting to go out. They know. There was a guy wanting to go out. It says no already.
He trying to lie. That's why the dude over here, the cop, saying stop your lies.
I want to clear the whole shoe line. Whole shoe? Why is that? They want to fix this tonight. They need the shoe cleared. And to why you need to expensive something. You got it, not like this. Carbon up buildings. We don't do that in America.
He said, where you from, Israel? We don't do that in America. You gonna do some work, you gotta pull a permit. Jesus Christ. What's going on in America, man? New York City is a weird place. When the Chabad authorities learned of the illegal tunnel network, which could have threatened the integrity of the buildings above it, they called in a cement truck to fill in the tunnels. It was the arrival of the truck which began pouring cement into the open tunnel network that caused the chaos. In the resulting conflict, at least 10 arrests were made by the NYPD. Dog. India Today. Does India Today have any details as to why they built these tunnels? Nobody knows why they building tunnels. I will say this particular sect of Hasidic Jews, or specifically the Brooklyn Hasidic Jews, they swear they could just come up with their own rules and just live how they want, and they're exempt from everything. And in many ways, they are exempt from some of the laws of our land for whatever reason. Mostly the claim is religious, but they like to make up rules and just think they're just above the law, you know? And this is more proof of that. I mean, you know what the most alarming thing is probably about, well, I won't say the most alarming, but one of the alarming things is the shoving back and forth with police officers. Now, you know, if it had been anybody else, look at this. You know you can't be pushing and shoving no NYPD police officers. Oh, he did pull out the mace. He ain't sprayed, but he pulled it out. Okay. I was about to say, yo, because usually they pull out the guns and the mace. He did. I was about to say, NYPD, don't mess with NYPD. Look at these motherfuckers in there. Look at these motherfuckers. Just weird. Just weird for no reason. Are we gonna get any answers? IDF shows off alleged Hamas tunnels. That's the funny thing. They talk about all these Hamas tunnels. Meanwhile, in Brooklyn. All right. So last search, we gotta check Putin's search engine. Let's go to Putin's search engine and see what we get. Okay, so they have tunnels and yeah. Daily Mail. I don't want to check that. Daily Stormer. Okay, let's see what Daily Stormer says. This should be interesting. What do they say? Oh. It just looks like. What is this?
Behind me is one of the most iconic Jewish buildings.
This is 770, Chabad headquarters in Brooklyn, New York, and this is the Lubavitcher Rebbe. Also known as Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, and one of the most influential Jewish leaders of our generation, and the reason I am an Orthodox Jew today. The Rebbe personified love and kindness and sincerely cared about every single Jewish soul. He was instrumental in establishing Chabad houses all over the world, and it is through one of these Chabad houses that my family became more religious. This was the communication room, where his teachings were broadcasted live all over the world. It's like our modern-day Zoom, but this technology was established in the 70s and 80s.
Bruh.
And every Sunday, the Rebbe used to...
Bruh, y'all see that communication network? These motherfuckers is ready.
Give out dollars, and with it, a special blessing to each person. People would stand in line for hours with a line that wrapped all the way around this block. Many Hasidim viewed him as a modern-day prophet, and there are thousands of stories of miracles he performed through his blessings and teachings.
A little bit of history lesson. So Daily Stormer says, let's go back. Daily Stormer says, this all looks like it's related to secret satanic rituals, presumably involving human sacrifice and cannibalism. I can't corroborate that. But at least we're getting to something. At least we got some conspiracy theories happening now. Yo, this is a good point. Yo, they said that would certainly explain why there was a rush to fill the tunnels before they were even investigated. Typically, if a secret network of tunnels is discovered, someone from law enforcement is going to try and figure out what the tunnel system was used for. Instead, the NYPD ordered cement poured in to destroy all evidence of whatever it was that was going on down there. I have no idea why the young Hasidism were trying to stop the cops from destroying the tunnels. I could understand stopping them from investigating, but the cops weren't trying to investigate. That's a good point. Or maybe the cops had concluded their investigation, right? That's the other side of the story. Got to cover all bases here. Who is this? This is Mel Gibson. We're not listening to that. Well, what did he say, actually?
Hi, there in Chicago, Mel here. The voice crying out from the wilderness. They did a hit-and-run drive. Well, they're a pack of men who misses of Archbishop Vigano. And those men couldn't get away from me fast enough. And all but a few of them.
Here's the thing. These tunnel networks likely exist throughout the city. Look at the footage of the tunnel. It is structurally sound. That wasn't the first tunnel whomever dug it had built. Probably have an entire network of tunnels throughout Crown Heights and probably elsewhere. The fact that the media isn't even attempting to explain what the hell this even is should tell everyone a lot. The media is also not attempting to explain why the immediate response to the NYPD to the discovery of the tunnel was to fill it with cement. What is that mattress? What else is down there? Jews have been accused of being involved in satanic rituals for as long as there have been Jews. Let's make sure this story doesn't just disappear. So that's the Daily Stormer. That's a far right media outlet. What does RT say? What is RT saying? RT have any information on this? Stop. It's unclear when the tunnels were dug and for what reason. All right. So yeah. So we don't know. We don't know. We just don't know. We just don't know. Mel Gibson had the best racist rant of all time. This is all funded by the wealth from slavery and hip hop. Come on, Strong Dad. You know Ben Shapiro's not going to speak on it. All right, how about let's do this? Let's type a name in the chat, and we'll go to their Twitter account to see if they talked about this story. We'll start with Ben Shapiro. I know he didn't because, well, why would he? But, you know, you name somebody, and we'll search up his account, and we'll see if he talked about it. He or she. So we're going to start with Ben Shapiro. Where is he? Right there. He says Biden is playing the race card and caving. Good use of the word caving. He retweeted this about this black dude jumping over the desk, attacking the judge. Israel footage. Yeah, nothing here. Nothing here about tunnels. Who else y'all got? Who else y'all want me to check? Who else y'all want me to check? All your breaking news accounts. You know, we can go here. All right. Let's go to his account, Ian Miles Chiang. All right, he does breaking news. Let's see if he does anything about the tunnels. No, wait. Okay, so here we go. So we got a little bit of drama surrounding stories. So Elijah Savers says, from friends on the inside of major right-wing media companies, I know of many influential voices and corporations were taken off guard by how large the anti-Zionist faction had grown in the right wing. Fastest growing segment of the right wing at this time, alarming to many of the establishment. Okay, so, all right. So none of this is about tunnels. Okay. Still Gray says the dissident right isn't big, it's just loud, no different than a radical left. All right. So nothing there. Still nothing. 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 Here we go. The Chabad tunnels underneath NYC are just a distraction from the 10-foot tall, invisible black Nephilim aliens in Miami, obviously. So that's what we get from them. All right. Not posting a video and, you know what I'm saying? No. Who else you got? Michael Malice? Let's check Michael Malice. Michael Malice. Is he even awake right now? Let's see. Michael Malice, did you post about the tunnels? Oh, he's up. I think Michael Malice probably would tweet about it. No, nothing from Michael Malice. Who else you got? Who else? Norm Finkelstein. What? Max Blumenthal. Laura Luma? Let's check Laura Luma. I'm sure Laura posted about this, right? Laura, what do you got to say about the tunnels, Laura? Must watch Nikki Haley. Give Sango. Nikki Haley. Justin. Hecklers at the Nikki Haley rally. Hamas. DEI. I don't see any tunnels here. No tunnels from Laura Loma. No mention of tunnels from Laura Loma. Who else y'all got? Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan doesn't tweet. Dave Smith. Check Dave Smith. Why y'all picking all Jewish people? Dave Smith has only one tweet today, so that's a no from Dave Smith. Who else y'all got? Dave Rubin. You know Dave Rubin ain't posted about this shit. Dave Rubin. Let's do Dave Rubin. Where is he? There he is. Tunnels. I know everybody's losing their mind about this guy. What's his name again? The basketball owner, billionaire guy. He's talking about the Hamas supporters blocking bridges, but Lex Friedman blocked Dave Rubin. That's hilarious. Okay, so nothing from Dave Rubin. Who else y'all got? Mayor Eric Adams. Okay, let's check Eric Adams. Well, let's check his other account. Let's not do the official mayor account. Let's do. Y'all are retarded. Yeah, nothing here. What else y'all got? Amy Schumer. Check 4chan. I'm not going to 4chan. We are not going to 4chan. I will absolutely not do that. Schoon, let's see what Schoon said. Let's see what Schoon said. He has not tweeted from this account in 8 hours, so Schoon is probably asleep or something like that. So we'll give him some time. Vincent James, I'm not going to Vincent James' account. I see what you did there. Nice try. Whitlock. Let's check Whitlock. Let's check Whitlock. This is what you call the media blackout. The right-wing media blackout. So, yeah. Yeah, nothing from Whitlock. Tate Brothers, you know the Tate Brothers is in hot water. They can't say nothing about that. Andy, no. That's a good one. That's a good one. Let's see what Andy knows. He's a breaking news guy. All these journalists, right? We got people complaining about protesters. Nothing about tunnels. He sure as hell gonna talk about these Chicago kids though. Andy No gonna talk about these Chicago kids. Nothing on tunnels from Andy No. You know, and I just want to make a point. You know, not saying that everybody we covered today, you know, is guilty of this, but you know, it says something when your favorite account doesn't talk about a story. It was trending yesterday, and a story that's basically trending online. It just isn't trending, like as in the trending topics, which probably got astroturfed off of here. Yeah, nothing there. But it says a lot, you know, that they won't talk about this. Morgan Ariel. Oh, shit. Here we go. Let's try Morgan Ariel. the Christian Jew. I think that's what she called herself, right? Yeah. Yeah. She posted about it. She definitely posted about it. You know she wasn't gonna miss that beat. Tim Pool. All right, let's try Tim Pool. Let's see what Tim Pool had to say. All right, let's go. La la la. Don't say anything yet. Don't say talking about lesbians. Oh, Tim Pool. Shout out to Tim Pool. Tim Pool talked about it. Tim Pool talked about it. You can say what you want. You can say what you want about Timmy. You can say what you want about Beanie Man. He posted about it. He posted about it. Oh, and Benjamin? Oh, come on. Let's go see what the Big Bear said. Papa Bear. Let's go see what Papa Bear said. Definitely not playing that video. Got a live stream today. Say retweeted Jake Shields. Jake Shields obviously posted about this. Interesting. Who else we got? Luke Rudkowski. Isn't he? That's Timcast, right? That's Timcast alum. Okay, here we go. Luke Rudkowski. Let's see. He's a breaking news guy, I think. Anything about tunnels, Luke? Why nobody want to talk about the tunnels? Luke has he laughed at me. He laughed at me. You can say what you want about the Timcast people. They are talking about it. They're talking about it. That's 2 for 2 from the Timcast people. That's 2 for 2 from Timcast. You know, and we got to talk about all the news. Breaking news is breaking news. Jimmy Dore. I don't know who Jimmy Dore is. Somebody in the comments yesterday was like, you don't know who Jimmy Dore is? No, I don't know who Jimmy Dore is. No diss to him. I just don't know who he is. Jimmy Dore there's nothing here from Jimmy Dore. Okay. So, mystery not solved, developing, as the internet grifters would say, developing story. We're going to take phone calls in a minute. I want to know your best conspiracy theory about what you think the tunnels are for. Text Hotep in your name to 202-596-5631. 202-596-5631. Got a couple more things in the grift bag we're going to cover before we go to the phone calls. Let's go. I got a couple of things I have had in here for weeks that I haven't covered, but anyway, let's go here first. So I did a little bit of trolling yesterday. This is what you call benevolent fake news. Okay, this is what you call benevolent fake news. So Shaka hit me up yesterday. He goes, "Yo," first of all, he cussed me out in a text message because I didn't answer his phone call on Saturday, but I was at practice with the team and I accidentally put my phone on D&D, and so he cussed me out for ignoring him, which I just didn't see. Then he said he had a new film he was working on in a trailer he wanted me to check out and repost if I could. And I told him, send me the file. I'll post it directly to Twitter. And we discussed what the best way to talk about this film was. And I decided to just lie. You know, I figured I would just create fake news to create some buzz around it. So that's what I did. I created fake news. I said, breaking, Netflix has picked up another DEI film about black people in ancient Egypt. You know, obviously his film hasn't been picked up by Netflix. This is not a DEI film, but it is definitely about black people in ancient Egypt. So let's take a look. And we got to refresh because Elon's app sucks. So it looks like a short film here. Kemetville.com. Last Night of a Tsar. A film that he's looking to get financed. We got 122K views. How many views do we have? How do I look at the analytics? Lots of arguments in this as well, which I kind of assumed would happen with my trolling. Let's view the analytics. So analytics say we got 26,000 unique views on this. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So, you know, go check out Shaka, go support his film, donate, so we can get some official people involved in this and help film that. Oh boy. All right, let's go back. Let's take a look at this clip. I think this is where is this? Is this Parliament? Let's take a look.
No one was forced to have the vaccination. Who made the comment? Was it Dr. Thurin?
Senator, I believe I made that comment.
You made that comment? Right. Mm-hmm. You were in Australia during COVID-19. You must have been fully aware that people, nurses, doctors, people to have their jobs, to keep their jobs, were forced to have the vaccination. Now, do you retract your statement that they were not forced?
Senator, no, I believe firmly that nobody was forced to have a vaccine. Mandates or vaccine requirements are determined by governments and health authorities. I believe everybody was offered an opportunity to get a vaccine or not get a vaccine. I don't believe that anybody was forced to take a vaccine.
A lot of Australians will disagree with you on that one. No one was...
somebody on the Rumble chat wanted me to check Michael J. Knowles to see if he talked about the tunnels. Ray Epps walked. We kind of expected that. Anything about tunnels here? The news about secret Jewish tunnels in Crown Heights reminds me that Chabadniks are some of my favorite people. So Michael J. Knowles has posted about it. He's in the clear. That's Daily Wire, right? I think he's Daily Wire, right? Yeah. The ADL watching? Shout out to the ADL. Shout out ADL. So let's come back to this video about the mandates, right? Because they say there was no mandates. And it's an interesting take, right? And this is why I say you gotta watch these Slytherin fucks, because they're very specific in their language. Because he's right. A mandate can only be handed down by a government state authority. A private entity can't mandate you to do anything. They can say, hey, you can't work here, but they can't force you to get a vaccine. So it's a play on words where he's right, but he's wrong at the same time from a very general sense, a very broad sense. He's wrong. Like many people, you know, weren't allowed to go to college. Many people weren't allowed to go to work, attend school, you know, use certain private entities. But again, that's private versus state. So, you know, it sucks though. It sucks that, you know, Pfizer would say some shit like that, knowing what happened. But that's fully expected, and in a court hearing or any type of hearing setting, you got to go based upon specific language. And it's true. There was technically no government mandate. Thank God. If you left it up to the left, there probably would have been, but, you know, it's neither here nor there. What are y'all posting in here? Oh, boy, here we go. Y'all wilding on the internet today. Y'all wilding on the internet today. All right, let's go to phone line. Actually, no, I have one story I wanted to show you. We haven't talked about CBDCs in a while, and I haven't talked about it in a while because nothing really interesting has happened. But I noticed a trend yesterday or last week, I forget what it was, but I noticed a trend. So here, Bank of Canada has filed a trademark on the term digital dollar, digital Canadian dollar, and central bank digital currency, right? And then the UAE, hold on, let's go latest. Right here, UAE. So I'm going to have to add this. If you guys aren't on my locals, hotepjesus.locals.com, I'm going to have to add this. This is like a whole new section, or actually, no, this would go into the adoption section. So UAE amends federal law to change the definition of currency to include a national digital currency. So it seems like a prerequisite to passing a CBDC law is changing the definitions and owning the definitions, according to Canada, owning the definitions, and UAE amending the definition. So in America, we have to take a look at stories like that. And I know some of the state bills that are against CBDCs have said, look, we are going to say that these things are omitted from the definition of money and currency. So it feels like a 1984 battle when it comes to CBDCs. And that's just another angle we want to take a look at that stuff. Anyway, we're going to hear from our callers. This is going to be great. Text Hotep in your name at 202-596-5631, 202-596-5631. I'll be right back after this short, brief commercial break. Shout out to menoforder.com. Make sure you go get your brain supplements.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there, you understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Goldstein on the line. Goldstein, what's up, man?
What's happening?
What's happening? What's happening? So I need to know, man, what do you think the tunnels of the Chabad were used for?
Well, motherfucking well.
This is right up your alley. I seen this story. I said, oh, shit, somebody go block Goldstein right now, yo. Take that nigga microphone away.
Well, I'm gonna be benign on this one. I'm gonna say that the tunnels were actually part of what CERN has been up to. You know, we've had this big conspiracy that CERN was trying to do some shit. Those are CERN tunnels, man.
CERN
that
tunnels.
Is the mother. That's
wow.
right. That's the mother. That's the motherfucking underground railroad out of Auschwitz right there.
Wow.
There was great. They're changing history, bro. Fuck it.
Secret tunnels to CIA headquarters. CERN identified as CERN identified as a secret entrance to subterranean CIA headquarters beneath Lake Geneva in Switzerland, one conspiracy outlet says.
CERN is all about tunnels. Nah, but seriously though, like, listen, them fools would have got away with it had they fucking traded in them hoist hats for sombreros. Cause ain't nobody paying attention to that. You just started pouring out of that bitch with sombreros and ponchos on, nobody would have paid attention.
You saying the illegal immigrants could have got away with this?
They would have got away with it. They've been getting away with it. But the essays coming out the tunnel, ain't nobody paying attention to that. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Listen. I don't know, man. All I can say is this. If anybody doubted my take yesterday about how the synagogue of Satan is doing a concerted effort to purposely make Jews look bad, I rest my motherfucking case.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Throwing them under the bus.
Throwing them way the fuck under that bitch.
You did say that yesterday.
That's what this is, in my opinion. This is just a concerted effort to make actual Jews look bad. Because you know how people run on the media. Motherfuckers will see these motherfuckers who ain't got shit to do with Judaism doing some crazy shit, right? Like they normally do. And they will just say, well, yep, Jew bad. All Jews bad. Meanwhile, the actual chosen people of God are sitting on the sideline like, nigga, damn, I don't even fuck with these weird motherfuckers. So, you're gonna get more of this coming this year, man, because they can't have a world war without a good Holocaust to attach to that bitch. So, I don't know.
The new generation of the Chabad wants to expand and connect their adjoining buildings to make more space and update and renovate, but the board and legal trustees want to keep it. I don't know if I'm believing that one. This don't look like no remodeling gig.
I don't believe in none of that bullshit until a cotton swab comes back negative on that mattress.
Oof.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Until that shit comes back negative on that goddamn mattress, I ain't believing none of these narrative ass stories.
Yeah, that mattress looks suspect, bro.
Hell yeah, that shit was up by the head, nigga. They killed somebody.
You think that was a body?
Hell yeah, they killed somebody. Them motherfuckers down there. They beating the shit out of chickens and shit for sin, so they say. But they doing a lot more than that. It's sacrifice season, man. It's the year of the dragon. It's their shit. It kicked off with motherfucking October 7th, and it's been ongoing ever since. We got another motherfucking eclipse coming up in April.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It's sacrifice season.
Sacrifice season.
Pleased. Yeah.
Moloch what?
Moloch is pleased.
Oh man, this shit is crazy. Why nobody talking about it though? Why is there a blackout? Why where is the right wing on all of this? Why the grifters ain't
They ain't been issued the scripts yet. They ain't been issued the scripts yet. You got to give it some time, and then everybody will start talking about it, and they'll all be saying pretty much the same thing.
Once they get the script and everybody's on the same page, then they'll talk about it.
Yeah, because right now, a lot of your famous talking heads, a lot of your favorites out there, guys, right now, they all have their own opinion on this. Right? But you won't hear that in a day or so. You'll hear the narrative, because that's how that goes. So they just put a blanket order. All they did was probably sent an email talking about don't say shit, just in all caps. They already knew what time it was. Right? And then once we get the shit hammered out, they'll go ahead and email that, and everybody will be on the same script.
Yeah, it definitely looks like they're waiting for their marching orders.
Man, I do want to say something off topic though, real quick. If on January 6th you was talking about how that was a fight for freedom and how that's how it should go, and hell yeah, J6, all that good shit. If that's what you were talking about on January 6th, I don't want to hear you saying shit about the Holland Tunnel being blocked off today.
Yeah. I somewhat agree with that. It's like the cause. If you agree with the cause, then it's okay to do some disruption. If you don't agree with the cause, then it's not okay to do the disruption. And I'm just like, That's what the left would say about you. Like, you don't have a legitimate gripe, so you shouldn't be. But we do. We have a legitimate gripe because there's, a Holocaust of Palestinians happening, right, is what they'll say. So, yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards, being consistent about it.
All day, you got to be consistent. If you for fucking disrupting shit, you just got to be for it. It don't matter why the disruption is occurring. You just got to either be for disrupting some shit or against it. You got fools like Matt Walsh talking about these motherfuckers should get 5-10 years in prison for this shit, and that'll shut all that shit down. What are you even giving a fuck about? That's in one of those, I believe the term is liberal shitholes that you motherfuckers don't give two shits about. Now all of a sudden you care about how their traffic is flowing. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I hate that.
That's it, man. That's all I got. Shout out to the motherfucking turtles, man. Y'all down there having to endure some shit. Y'all will be free.
Hi, yo, Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill.
Wholesome white woman and Jonah, you could call in. Let's look at this Breitbart article. Somebody just posted this on Rumble. The Rebbe's influence was so powerful that a small group of adherents began to declare without his approval that he was the Messiah. Okay. Yeah. According to Forward, a tunnel was discovered. The precise purpose remains unclear. So, yeah, Breitbart doesn't know either. It's just strange to me that, you'd fill in a tunnel without any investigation. Or was there an investigation? We just don't have those. We don't have those details.
Call from Wholesome White Woman.
Wholesome white woman, what's up, love?
Oh, hello. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's 9 days into the year, and I'm just wondering what they're going to do with the other 356 of them.
Oh, my God. They off to one hell of a start.
It's, I don't know, it's silly. First order of business, I said, anybody that followed my not financial advice of turning off your taxes, I would remind y'all to turn them back on after the first of the year. It is officially after the first of the year. If you went to your HR lady and said, please turn off my taxes, I would like to do that again. So I did my good deed.
Okay.
Pay your feds their money again, not financial advice.
Now, why was the tunnel being built in a Chabad?
Well, okay, so in the Rumble chat, when I first popped in, A+ on that AI Ninja Turtle picture. Like, it's a work of art. It was a work of art. Good job, Goldstein. Secondly, to the tunnels. My main confusion with all of this is if we go back to the COVIDian era, all I can remember, not really, but a big thing I remember is the screeching of, it's 1920s Germany. So what would you expect Jewish people to hear with their ears and expect them to do? Not that I think compromising the structural integrity of a block without permits in New York City is a good thing, but like, what did y'all expect? Y'all didn't expect them to protect themselves or come up with a backup plan or do nothing? You just sit here and wait to die in 1920s Germany? Yeah, I don't know.
So,
it seems like the
you
distraction of the week.
These tunnels are escape routes?
I mean,
preemptive escape routes?
I would like to think that, but then my bad guy brain kicks in and says, nah, drugs, money, people, sketchy shit. What else do we use tunnels for? And then a different part of my brain remembers all the weird shit that went missing off of trains that could easily blow up a city. But, I don't know that their bad guys are the same as mine. So.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. There's too many loose ends and too many questions for it to not be a distraction of the week.
Yeah.
To some extent.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of distractions, absolutely. Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like, I mean, just let them do their tunnels. Just let them dig the tunnels. They ain't hurting nobody.
Yeah.
You know? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You shouldn't be digging tunnels in the city. That's how BlackRock shows up and says, I hear that you have structural integrity issues on this block. Let me give you $4 for it. Thanks.
Yeah.
So,
That's exactly how you acquire property.
Right. Yeah, and that's more of what I'm leaning towards is we tried to get the permits, y'all said no, and now we're just going to do it. If you could show up and tell us not to.
I don't even know if they went down to the office to get a permit.
Well, that's the thing is, like, I know how I feel about pulling permits. It's stupid. Catch me in the act and tell me no. But, you know, I don't know. It's odd.
Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We'll see what Jonah has to say.
We'll see. Hotep build.
Hotep build.
Lord have mercy. Jonah calling. Jonah said he sent me a DM. Hold on, let me check my DMs. See what Jonah sent me. Usually when Jonah sent me a DM, usually it's gonna be what is oh shit, here we go. Here we go. Down the rabbit hole. Or is it down the rabbi hole? It's actually the Chabad guys, a Hasidic organization having an internal dispute. They got pretty wild. So it is an internal dispute. Yeah, some intertribal beef maybe. Jonah, what's up, man? What you got for us today, man? What's going on with these tunnels?
Not much. You know, the one thing that I find interesting, like I sent you a bunch that like you probably never show up on your timeline. So you know they have those silos being built, but how did they find these tunnels? Have you heard that one yet?
Apparently,
some kids were digging their own tunnels.
Well, no, I think the people in charge of the building, the people who own the deed, had called a cement truck and apparently alerted the authorities as well.
Because the one story I saw, and I haven't saw too much into it, and I don't know if I trust that story, said that there's other, there's children digging into the tunnels, which is like, okay, cool. That sounds like there are some of their victims coming out back, you know, but other than that, like, that's just weird. But they have their own set of tunnels, and then these random children are building tunnels, and isn't that a community all like the same ethno group, so to speak?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'm not in New York, so maybe I don't know shit, you know. But did you get the other one that I sent you above all the Jewish stuff I sent you?
Which one?
The 20-second clip of today's Trump hearing.
Where'd you send that?
It's in your DMs. I screen grabbed it.
Hold on. Oh, I see it here. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I heard that. What was going on with that clip? I listened to it. I wasn't sure what was going on.
Are you telling me that retard, that's U.S. attorney or whatever, thinks that Donald Trump's going to commit a military coup and then resign? That's what he's arguing in the Supreme Court.
That he tried to.
Well, no, he said in a hypothetical, if he sent SEAL Team 6 to assassinate his opponent, then resigned, and that's his argument. If you send SEAL Team 6 to kill your opponent, you're not fucking resigning. This is how retarded the fucking government is. Yeah. But anyways, so yeah, no, that's the one. I highly suggest. Well, maybe not highly suggest, but everyone take a few moments to try to listen to the I think that these judges, this is just how retarded the justice system is, anyways, and that's more what I want to talk about. So these judges, I think they're going to be retarded enough to say presidential immunity doesn't exist and try to think that their judicial immunity still exists. So that's definitely worth watching if you get, take 10 minutes, kind of scroll through or do 2x on the oral arguments to hear just the stupidity that was presented today of why presidential immunity doesn't exist. The arguments that they have were just beyond. And then it's kind of funny too, because the guy who was arguing for the state, of course, he made sure to say that if a president murdered some American citizens with the drone strike and he didn't have the right authorization forms, then you could turn a blind eye that way, because let's not be honest, we all know which president he's referring to with that one that obviously did it already.
Mm-hmm.
So so again too, that shows you who runs the Biden crime family. It's Obama. Joe Biden didn't go from making nothing, barely scraping by as a fucking broke ass criminal to like making 60 million once Obama became his president. He didn't just happen to do that because the big guy who's taking the 10% is Obese, and he's the one running that bitch, Joe, and probably Hunter too, right? And then again too, it's hilarious when the state's attorney would make sure to go out of their way to say that killing someone with a drone strike wouldn't be impeachable. So then they wouldn't have to face criminal charges. But yeah, as far as this whole thing, all I gotta say is who gives a fuck about this? They're pushing this religious bullshit because it was written in 1860 something by a Confederate general named Albert Pike, who you've covered, and this is just World War III is this going to be his push now? You can even go back and look, if you'll look over the Jewish move to Israel, they've been pushing that shit forever. This guy, the one Rebbe who's they're talking about who runs that Chabad is actually LeBron James's rabbi. So that says something too.
That was LeBron
but then
James'
he's also
rabbi?
close. Yeah, he's also close with Bibi. And I think I said that to
Yeah,
Buhari
I did
said
see
you,
that.
but-
Yeah.
So yeah, again too, this is all Albert Pike. Stop giving them their fucking attention, because fuck the Freemasons, right?
Yeah.
But again too, like he was saying, Goldstein was saying that you got that eclipse coming up. I would say they'll probably push like one or two other minor stories with the Jewish people, and then they'll have some big Muslim thing before that April. And then they're trying to set that off that way, and then they'll probably throw in maybe one of the two Jewish things will be like the Christian Zionists here in America, and then so they try to set that off that way because that's what Albert Pike said that they're going to do.
There's no way this is real. There's no way this is real. Hold on. Somebody, he's got to be trolling.
What?
They said ADL. Yeah, this is not real.
Dude, who cares about ADL? Let me explain to you about them. If you go to the Dodd report from the Research Commission, whatever, ADL was one of the top ones trying to destroy individualism in the USA all the way back in 1953 when they were in Congress. But then, of course, because they're investigating Rockefeller Foundation and Rockefeller, Carnegie, and Ford destroying the American education, they just bought off all the Congress and they shut down that congressional hearing, before it got anywhere. Oh, but again, too, one other thing I'll point out about that hearing, and then I'll let everyone else call in. But it's kind of funny that in that hearing they make sure to claim that they are not funding Kinsey, but of course, you go to the Rockefeller Archive Center, they're bragging about funding Kinsey now. So the destruction of America, yeah, that's Rockefeller right there with the Kinsey to begin with. Like, how does he publish? And this again, too, this is why you don't trust your universities, because how does he publish the adult pleasure of a 6-month-old?
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
And that's a university paper, and no one even mentioned the criminality associated with it, right? That's your university, so well, as long as you're giving into them, whatever, But Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill, appreciate you, bro. Let's get Rudy in here. Timeline is a mess, boy. Timeline is a mess. Ecuador, some people that took the Ecuador TV station, gunmen, and ran down on an Ecuador TV station live. Lord have mercy. Let's get Rudy on the line here as I try to get caught up on the timeline. Is there a storm coming? People talking about some storm. I just had one of my events canceled tonight. I had some shit to do tonight, and he just emailed me and said it's canceled because of a storm. Is there something going down that I need to be concerned about? Excuse me. Maybe I should stream chess tonight. Stream right through the storm. Little storm stream. Don Lemon bringing his shitty ass show. And P Dog Knight says it's interesting because he's unleashed, and maybe we'll get some different opinions from Don now that he's a free Negro. Or maybe we'll just get more information like he's a plant. I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to it. I don't think that's gonna be premium content. It's just rain. Yeah, safest generation ever. Yeah. No, thank you.
Call from
Rudy the Vet.
Rudy, what up, man?
What's going on, brother?
What's good with him, yo?
What's going on?
So
Hey,
what's your
called to talk about the Viet Cong, dude. I don't care what the Viet Cong are doing up there in New York City, man.
You ain't touching that one today?
I don't, man. Well, it's all, man. Whatever's going on, it's probably stupid, but I don't really care. They're building. I don't know, man. Who knows anymore? But I just called up because for the first time, I truly disagree with the Nephilim and you, brother.
About what?
And it's about these. All right. You want to go to January 6th? You want to riot with the government? I'm cool with that. When the left was rioting in Washington, D.C., cool with that. You want to loot Target and all that? I'm cool with that. I understand it. I personally wouldn't do it. I understand all that. But when these free Palestine people and these Stop Oil people go out and block the average Joe from living his life, block the Holland Tunnel, block the I-5 in L.A., block these damn interstates, and stop people from living their lives, you don't know what these people don't have the power to do any goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? What does the average Joe heading to work through the Highland Tunnel and you blocking the goddamn thing off and causing a 4-hour traffic jam? What's that accomplished, man? What's that accomplished? Those average Joes in those cars, they can't stop the war in Palestine. Those average Joes in those cars, they can't stop the oil production. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all down for a protest if you take the protest to the right place, man. Like Royce White said. All you fuckers in Minneapolis took the protest to the streets and burnt down car lots, while Royce White took his protest to the Federal Reserve Building.
Mm-hmm.
Take the protest to the right place, man. Blocking traffic in the Holland Tunnel isn't helping your cause, man. It just pisses the average Joe off who has no power to help you with your cause. These free Palestine motherfuckers want to go into malls and fuck with the normal people that have no power to stop the bombing, no power to stop the funding. Take your fight to D.C. Take your fight to D.C. Oh, but they won't do it in D.C. because D.C. won't put up with that shit unless it's to subvert elections, like they let them do whatever the hell they wanted to in the summer of 2020. But you won't let these free Palestine people go down there and shut down that 495 corridor around Washington, D.C. You won't let these free Palestine motherfuckers shut down 66 and 77 out of D.C. Nah. You won't let them run around D.C. and shut down Congress. No, you'll throw their ass in jail because the left's not going to allow that. The left's not going to allow that. Whereas I'm with y'all on, like, the looting. Like, you're looting Target. I'm with you 100%. I agree with you on that one. Like, you can't be pissed off about that, man. And if you are pissed off about a major corporation that promotes gay agendas and you're mad because people are breaking in and looting them, then you're just a hypocrite if you're a so-called on the right. And but take your this shit with the free Palestinians stopping up traffic in major, nah, bro. that's not cool, bro. You're not taking your fight. You're not taking your protest to the right place, man. You're fucking with people with no power, man. You're fucking with people with no power that can't help you with your cause in any way, shape, or form, man. So I'm 100% in disagreement.
So it's just
with
pure.
you guys
It's
on
just
that.
it's just pure grifting then.
It's pure grifting, dude. It's pure a bunch of white leftists and Arab leftists and self-hating Jews getting together and say, let's go block the highway. What are you doing? What are you doing but pissing the average Joe off? You don't know what those people are going through. You don't know what people are going. You're not taking your fight to the right place, man. You want to protest and have a meaningful protest? Take your fucking protest to the right place, man. Blocking off the traffic for the average American isn't fucking helping anything, dude. It's not helping anything, man. You're just an obnoxious fuck. And then you're gonna cry and bitch and whine when the boys in blue come and crack your fucking skulls open and rip you out of the goddamn highway, man. It's corny, dude. It's corny, man. Take your shit to the right place, man. Stop blocking traffic, man.
That's a good argument. I'm not mad at that. I wouldn't disagree with that. I hear you.
You feel me? I'm all down for the protest, brother. I'm all down for it. Just take it to the right fucking place, man. Take it to the right fucking... Because I dealt with that shit in 2020, commuting home from work, and they shut down all of Highway 17 out of Norfolk down into North Carolina to let dudes have a riot in Elizabeth City, and they shut us down and backed me up 3 fucking hours, man. 3 fucking hours I sat and crawled traffic so they can block and let dudes have a protest on 17. And I'm like, dude, go clean that fucking protest up. Take them to the police station. Take them in town. Go fucking have your protest where the power is. Don't block off the fucking highway, man. You know what I'm saying, man? What's that accomplish, man? You turn more people against your cause than you draw to your cause when you just fuck up everybody's daily life and they have no power to stop anything, man. So I'm just saying, I love y'all to death, man. But it's the first time, like when he said, if you rah-rah for January 6th, don't be rah-rah for the Holland Tunnel. Nah, man, there's a big difference between January 6th and the tunnel, man. You know what I'm saying? Big difference between, 2020 and shit going on in D.C. when they attacked the White House and burnt down the Secret Service. I don't agree with why they did it, but I agree with them. They're right. They did it. You know what I'm saying? They did it. But don't, just going into the road and blocking up the fucking road. You don't know what people are going through, man. Somebody might have a sick kid, an ambulance. Someone might have to take a shit. Imagine sitting in the car 4 hours having to take a shit because some fucking assholes are sitting on the fucking highway talking about free Palestine, and you have no power to stop that funding to free Palestine. I mean, fuck, dude. Pick your poison, man. Pick your poison, man. That shit's just insane to me, brother.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know what's going on with the VC up there in New York City, man. I do think it's interesting. Though. I like the way you see who commented and who didn't, and I like Goldstein's take. They're just waiting for that email to talk about what's really going on up there. But otherwise, man, it's a great Tuesday, man. Get ready for this bad weather, man.
Yeah.
Got about 50-mile-an-hour winds down here in Carolina, so. Hold tight, fellas. Hold tight. Let's ride this one out. Hotep and Bill, brother, I love you, man. But stay out the goddamn streets, protesters. I'm out, man.
All right, man. Hotep and Bill. Rudy on the check-in. Let's talk to Nas. Nas, go ahead. Call on. Let's talk to Nas. Leah Helpern, one of my Jewish homies, she says, does anyone know why the Hasidic Jews are coming out of underground tunnels in synagogues in NYC? What in the cream cheese bagel is going on here? Even the Jews are having fun with it. Let's talk to Nas. Let's see what he says here. Whoops.
Call from
Nas.
to accept.
Nas, what up, yo?
What's up, Hotep?
What's good with him, man?
Chilling. I had to calm myself down because, man, like I said, they had me a little riled up this morning.
Who?
Man, look, the little hat people, but look, I look at it like this, like man, like they were saying those whole Hamas tunnel things.
Yeah.
You said bring out the conspiracy, so let's put the tinfoil hat on.
Let's put it on.
I think right, if they ain't go shut it down, right, they could have been letting these people build these tunnels, and then as soon as something pop off up in New York, you see a whole bunch of towel heads under that joint, and they say, oh, Hamas is here, let's shut it down. You know what I'm saying? And I think something like that could have been popping off. Like I just don't. And this is the thing. When Goldstein talk about some, you want to delineate between them. You seen the communication in the 70s. These people is connected. This is so. I mean, it's hard for me. Just like you said, Bull is tied in with Bibi Netanyahu. These people is connected. These people is connected. So it'd be hard for me to for the ones that like to play ignorant, that act like they don't know what's going on, because when something pop off, they all got somewhere to go. You know what I'm saying? Whether they, as long as they claim to be Jewish, they got somewhere to go.
Yeah.
And then I want to just reply back to Rudy, right? Like because I feel y'all when it comes like to January 6th, people going to protest how they protest, right? And I just feel like if you want to sit here and say like, all right, take it to the Federal Reserve, they the only ones that matter. As an individual, like nobody matters. Not all of us grifting. None of it really matters if the people not going to get behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, it might be an inconvenience to you. It might be to your day to day, but they doing it for a reason. They doing it because they care. And the only way you're going to get people at the top to care is if the people they supposed to be representing care. That's why you gotta go down DC, and don't think January 6th people wasn't inconvenienced down in DC more than just our government officials. And I'm gonna say this: during I live down here in Fayetteville downtown. During the whole George Floyd riot, we go down there. People going downtown, and they got the meeting house where they used to. It's a meeting house. It's a weird history behind it, but so we get down there during the George Floyd riot, and it just so happened it's a pallet of bricks down there.
Right.
A pallet of bricks. They wanted people to. My thought, they wanted people to start picking up bricks, destroying the downtown.
Right.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, people wasn't down there for that. People was down there to protest George Floyd. The people down here in Fayetteville wasn't about to tear up downtown. But it was somebody down there that ordered a pile of bricks to just be down there during a protest. And they tried to burn down the meeting house. The bull ended up setting itself on fire. But it's just that, like, when you see people out there protesting, blocking off, it could get, when you talking about the people, the people can get rowdy like we seen in J6. They could have went in there with guns, but they didn't. So I think it's important for us as people, when people start mobilizing in America and actually doing stuff, I think it's important to pay attention. Like, because it takes one thing to kick something off and spark to something bigger. But that's all.
Yeah. I hear you. Not a bad point. Not a bad point at all. Shout out to Nas. Thank you for calling in. I wanted to ask him some more questions, but it's all good. I just want to ask him what he thought the tunnels were for. That's what I really want to know, is what you think the tunnels was for. He kind of did answer it in the beginning. My bad. What else is happening on the internet? We got AK waiting. AK, call in. Let's talk to AK, see what he talking about. I got some notifications here. What's happening in my notifications? Farewell, my friends. We've been discovered. Oh, Lord have mercy. Y'all are just out of control. Weather on the East Coast next 2 days. Rain. Just an inch? Well, an inch of rain's kind of a lot, right? If it accumulates.
Call from
AK.
AK, what up, man?
Boy,
What up, Jay?
What's good with it, man? So what were the tunnels used for, man? What's going on here?
Honestly, like, I got two takes on it. My first take, a lot of Hasidic Jews in most, if you want to say, like, secular Jewish culture, like, they're looked down on. Like, if you go to Israel and you're in Jerusalem, when you go to the Hasidic Jewish neighborhoods, like, they protest all the time. Like, there was a time when I was there that, like, none of them were taking out their trash, and there was just, like, massive environmental issues and, like, health issues that were piling up. So the Hasidic Jews, for a minute, man, like, they do their own thing, and they do some weird shit, like, for real. So, like, one part of it, I think that you got these basically Jewish incels, okay? Because, like, the men that were building these tunnels have a name. I don't know what the Hebrew name is, but it's, like, basically an unmarried young man that has no purpose. Like, that's kind of what the community looks at them as. That's who was building these tunnels. And they're just doing some weird shit. And what do incels do? Incels do some weird shit, man, when they all get together. And I'm not talking about, just, like, in general. I'm talking about the people that, like, feel that they have no choice or no option. They start going to some weird fucking places, man. So I wouldn't doubt if there was some illegal shit going down there, some, like, the most devious shit going down there, and that when they found out, they're like, let's shut this shit down and get this shit filled in, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because think about, like, why were they fighting the cops? Like, if it was just like, oh, this is our hangout spot, and we just, like, I don't know, do whatever, like, super Orthodox Hasidic Jews do, you know, like, watch, like, 70s porn or do some weird shit, they wouldn't fight the cops. But the fact that they're fighting the cops mean that there's got to be something that's, like, deeper tied to them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of first take. The second take, I think, has a little bit more to do with these tunnel networks. From my kind of, like, digging through, have been around for a while. Because if you remember, a little bit counter to what you're saying, like, during the COVID lockdowns, like, police were going and, like, busting down these schools that they kept on running in the Heights, whatever, Crown Heights area. Like, they just wouldn't close the schools down. And they just kept on doing it, and the cops kept on coming and busting shit down. So I think that some of them started building tunnels so they could, like, basically skirt the rules without having the cops come and fuck their shit up. So I think that that's another part of it, you know?
Wait, why were they skirting the rules?
So whenever they would get to, because, like they said, we're not shutting our schools down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it came to a point that, like, I think it was de Blasio started sending in cops.
Yeah, I remember.
And yeah, and then
so
there was all this outrage.
Are to circumvent some of the authorities in the city.
Right. Yep. So they can still kind of operate and do their thing. But I will say this, that I know Goldstein's probably super hyped. Imagine the bars that are going to come out of the Jewish rap community, man.
Oh my God. Like that kid that came out yesterday, or that song we played yesterday. Yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous.
Listen, bro. Like, there's only one type of Jewish rap that I like, and that's, like, Lil Dicky, where you stay in your lane, man. Like, you know, just stay in your lane, but don't try and act like you're a gangster. Like, don't try and act like you're out there doing anything. Like, make it about how you've learned to, you know, invest properly. You know, make it about that, like. You know, you doing what your people have taught you to do, man. You stay in your lane. Don't try and be gangster, because there ain't gangster. I mean, there's probably, like, some dudes that want to be gangster in certain Jewish communities, but not for real, man.
Yeah. It is what it is.
I mean, let me ask you this, like, do you think that there is a possibility, and now this is just kind of me kind of going and riffing, I think that there's a tight connection between a lot of city officials and certain official, you know, if you want to say religious organizations, and that they kind of have been working with them, and they're trying to sweep it under the rug. Because that's the thing to me, the fact that, like, they haven't came out and said anything, like, NYPD about what actually happened, or, you know, like, just from, like, a legal perspective, they haven't even done that. I was, like, kind of searching to see if there's any official statements. And there really isn't anything. So do you think it was kind of like, you know, these kids are just doing some weird shit? Can you just shut it down before it gets weirder or something, or what?
I don't know. I mean, you got to know when somebody's fucking digging tunnels. So I think there's more to this story than what we're being told. I don't exactly know what's going on, but you can't just build a tunnel and people not know about it. You don't just find out at the last second when they break through a wall. You know, you suspect it, and then like it's just there's something more to this story. Maybe there was a leak of intel and somebody else snitched, and then the rabbi was like, all right, let me go ahead and get ahead of this before it gets out.
There were so many of them. That's the weird part, man. Like watching those videos, like we're not talking about like 15, 20, man. We're talking like some of those videos look like there were hundreds, dude. Hundreds.
Well, they rolled
so
deep.
like you said though, like if there was like, you know, 50 people, maybe you don't hear it, but you got hundreds of people. Like, I mean, they're gonna make noise in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's weird. Like, I just hope something more comes out about it. But yeah, man, you know what? Conspiracy go wild, man, and let's find out what the truth is, because it probably is a literal conspiracy that someone has been covering up information, because there's zero chance that someone didn't know, especially like in official capacity, what was going on. Like zero chance. You're telling me that the NYPD, who's always out there, you know, looking for terrorists and all that different stuff, that they didn't notice that there was tunnels being built? Come on, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, that's what I got. Hotep and Bill, man. See you at the Grifties, bro. Oh, hey, I wanted to ask. So the Grifty voting process started over, right? So you got to go to grifties.com. You got to submit your submission, and then, you know, basically like the top votes. Is that kind of how it goes, or is there a selection committee? I was just kind of curious how that all works out.
Well, the nominees go up on the app that you saw there, and then from the nominees, it goes to the committee, and then the committee picks nominees, and then when the committee picks the winners, and then the winners are revealed at the show. Yeah.
Got you. All right, man. All right, Hotep and Bill, man.
All right, man. Hotep and Bill. You said Mayor Adams won't get another term? Yeah, he probably won't. You're right about that. Yeah, I saw that, Angelia. There's a dude who was online who was complaining about Jews digging tunnels in December or something, November or something like that. Yeah. And then he's like, see, I told you guys I'm not crazy. Yeah, I saw that. Sammy Davis Jr. was Jewish? Yeah. Yeah. Let's go to this clip right here. Phone lines are closed. Let's go. Let's take a look at this clip.
Look, I am not stupid, you know. They cannot make things like that yet.
Not yet. Not for about 40 years.
Look.
Yeah, so this is a Terminator clip, and Elon posted it, and he goes, yikes. Isn't he the guy creating it? This is like when you get ahead of it. Right? Like you snitch on yourself so it doesn't look like you dry snitch on yourself so it doesn't look like you're the culprit. Very devious, very devious. Let's listen to this lady talk. She sounds like she got some sense.
We the people is how the Constitution starts. A magistrate is a person that operates under authority. They have power. There are higher magistrates and there are lesser magistrates. The founding fathers of this country understood that there's going to come a point in time where the federal government will need to be checked. If not, they will become tyrants. And that is what's happening now. So, the Declaration of Independence says that everyone, by virtue of being a human being, has the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The federal government, too, their purpose is to protect the rights of those citizens, the rights of us to our life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. The third point of that document is if they fail to protect its citizens and enforce those rights, the citizens have a right to revolt. Do you understand? We have a right to resist, and we have an obligation and a duty to do so. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You understand what it says, a duty
No. No.
Every great leader knows, every one of them, even the bad ones know, that if you want to affect the country, you go for its children. When in the world do we start using children as bulletproof vests for us?
Yeah.
When in the world do we start testing things on children?
Legal shield.
It comes to us first. And when you come for our children, you have started a war. And they have declared war. And we are answering to that war. We are magistrates. And I need you, each one reach one and teach one. Do you understand? As a magistrate in this country, the United States government, our local leaders have to answer to us. The 9th Amendment says that any rights that are not enumerated in the Constitution are reserved for the people.
The people.
I don't want to hear that mandates are not enumerated in the Constitution, because for the fact that it's not enumerated means that that authority and those rights go to us. Every one of these mandates are illegal. Every single one of them.
Oh, she's talking about the mandates.
Under that 14th Amendment, due process and rights to equal protection is the right to protect my body. When you want to push something into my body against my consent, without my consent, it is rape. And this is medical rape.
Shit, not a lie was told. Not a lie was told. Not a lie was told. What is this? Judge Judy has endorsed Nikki Haley. I don't even know why that matters. Like, is Judge Judy somebody now? Like, are we about to make her somebody like y'all making Destiny somebody? I notice everybody's like tweeting at Destiny now, and I'm just like, damn, y'all really about to make him something? Really weird. Really weird. What's the chatters talking about? What y'all in there talking about? Black Falcon, appreciate you, said, do you believe Cat Williams' interview was a government psyop to distract us from the important issues? No, I don't. I think that was organic. Zachary R.J. Strong, he said, word from my channels is that tunnels were dug recently by one faction of the org and the other one called the cops to shut it down. No idea why. Yeah, it seems to be some intertribal beef. Retro Neon, he said, Rudy on point with those protesters blocking the road. I'm getting tired of pro-Israel and pro-Palestine protesters blocking the road. And if they don't move, we're going to have a problem. I'm just glad I'm not commuting in New York City in these places, because that would be a nightmare. It'd be an absolute nightmare. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to the Rumblers. I see you. What's today? Tuesday. Just had all my plans canceled, so now I'm a bit lethargic. I don't know what to do with myself. I got free time. I got a meeting with the team at 4:30, the Grifties committee. Make sure you get your tickets to the Grifties, grifties.com. And I'll see you in March in person live for that. Special guest Alex Stein and many, many more. Until then, man, be well, be merry. Love somebody in your family members. Love one of your family members. Jabari, he said Cat got a new interview with Willie D. Yeah, I saw that. I'm going to have to check that one out. Yeah, I heard about Noah Nigga, the football player. That's just going to be hilarious. How they try to sidestep that one. Zachary said he's stoked for the Grifties. Dope. Can't wait to see you. Matt, you going to the gym for the second round? Fire. I love it. I can't wait to start doing 2-a-days. I just got to switch gyms first, so it's closer. But yeah, tell one of your family members you love them, and I'll see you guys on the other side, man. Hotep and Bill.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand?
You guys finished your work 6 hours early? He's not tapped in.